In the heart of Kumara, in a small hut made of bamboo and palm leaves, a boy named Amandi was born. His parents, Rabah and Malika, were simple peasants, hard-working people who knew the value of every grain and every drop of water. Despite their modest conditions, their home was filled with love and laughter. From his earliest childhood, Amandi showed extraordinary curiosity. He asked questions about the stars, what lay beyond the mountains, and the mysteries of the world. His older brother, Toby, was his hero and mentor. Together they explored the forests, fished in the river, and dreamed of great adventures. One day, when Amandi was 12 years old, strange people came to the village. They were merchants from distant lands, bringing not only exotic goods, but also news of a great contest, the Star Quiz. It was said that whoever answered all the questions correctly would gain not only riches, but also the fulfillment of their most cherished wishes. Amandi, upon hearing this, felt his heart fill with hope. He believed that this was his chance to change the life of his family and the entire village. Rabah and Malika, even though they were afraid of the unknown, supported their son, knowing that he had a spirit that could overcome any difficulty. The preparation for the competition was not easy. Amandi had to overcome many challenges, from traversing forest paths to solving riddles guarded by ancient guards. Together with Toby and his best friends, Zulu and Layla, he embarked on a journey full of danger and wonder. In one of the dense forests, they met a wise elder named Okora, who told them about the ancient power of knowledge and the importance of the heart. True wisdom comes not only from books, but also from experience, friendship, and love, he said, handing Amandi a star-shaped amulet symbolizing the light of knowledge and hope. Amandi and his friends encountered many obstacles on their way to the quiz venue. They crossed turbulent rivers, climbed steep cliffs, and traversed thickets. Each challenge made them stronger and strengthened their friendship. One night, as they camped under a starry sky, Amandi wondered about his purpose. "Why me?" he asked himself. "What do I have to offer the world?" At that moment, Layla came up to him and said, "Your heart knows the answers, Amandi. Trust it, and you will find the way." Finally, after a long and grueling journey, they reached the quiz venue, a majestic temple decorated with golden patterns and sparkling crystals. Here participants from all corners of the world had gathered, each with the hope of having their dreams fulfilled. Amandi felt his heart beating harder. He knew that this quiz was not just a game, but a test of his spirit and knowledge. With the support of his friends and family, he entered the arena ready to answer all the questions that fate had in store for him. The first question was simple. What is the name of the highest mountain in the world? Amandi instantly remembered his father's stories of their time together, looking at the summit of Kilimanjaro. "Kilimanjaro," he answered confidently. The second question was more difficult. What river flows through the ancient city of Kumara? Amandi remembered how he and his friends had sailed the Lumina River, learning its mysteries. "The Lumina River," he said. With each correct answer, Amandi came closer and closer to his dream. But with each question, the tests became more difficult, testing not only his knowledge but also his heart. Midway through the quiz, Amandi faced his most difficult question. What sacrifice must I make to attain true knowledge? He pondered, remembering the words of the wise Okoro. True wisdom comes through experience and sacrifice, he thought. I must be willing to give up my ego and listen to my heart. With these thoughts, Amandi replied, self-sacrifice of ego and a willingness to learn from life. The seconds stretched like hours, and then they announced that the answer was correct. The hall exploded with applause, and Amandi felt his heart fill with joy and relief. When the quiz came to an end, Amandi was at the top, holding a golden amulet like the one Okora had given him. You have proven your wisdom and strength of heart, the host said. Your wishes will be granted. Amandi hesitated. His first wish was for his family and the village. I wish that Kumara would never know poverty and suffering. At that moment, new water sources, fertile land, and opportunities for all appeared around the village. Amandi's second wish was for love. I want my Layla to always be happy and protected. Layla smiled at him, and their hearts joined under the starry sky. Back in Kumara, Amandi and his friends found the village transformed. New houses, schools, and markets had appeared as if by magic. The people rejoiced and thanked Amandi for his bravery and wisdom. Toby, Zulu, and Layla became symbols of hope and inspiration to all. Amandi realized that true wealth is not gold and jewels, but love, friendship, and faith in a better future. Over the years, Amandi grew up and became a wise Kumara chief. He passed on his knowledge and experience to younger generations, telling them the importance of heart and mind. His story became a legend told around a campfire under the starry sky, inspiring all to do great things. And so, through the power of love, friendship, and self-belief, Amandi and his village became an example to others, showing that even the wildest dreams can become reality if your heart leads you on the right path. Years have passed since Amandi returned to Kumara and transformed his village. Under his leadership, Kumara prospered. New schools, clinics, and farms brought abundance and happiness to the residents. However, despite his outward appearance of peace, there were still shadows of the past deep in Aman's heart that would occasionally awaken, reminding him of the trials he had gone through. One day, as the sunset colored the sky with golden orange tones, an old man, covered in the dust and fatigue of a long journey, approached the village. His eyes glowed with worry and hope at the same time. "I have heard of your exploits, great chief," he said, bowing his head. "My name is Kama, and I have come to ask for your help." Amandi, who was sitting around the fire with his family, listened intently to the old man's story. Kama told of a neighboring village, Safar, which had recently suffered brutal raids by brigands. The people there needed protection and support, and Kama believed that only Amanda could help them recover. "We cannot protect ourselves on our own," he finished. "We need your wisdom and strength." Amandi felt the responsibility pressing on his shoulders. He knew he couldn't leave his neighbors in trouble. "We will help you, Kama. We'll gather a team and head for Safara." The next day, Amandi called a meeting of all the adults and young people of the village. He explained the situation in Safar and suggested forming a squad to help rebuild the destroyed houses and protect the villagers from future threats. Toby, his older brother, immediately offered his help. "We have already overcome so much together, Amandi. I'm ready to stand beside you." Zulu and Layla also expressed their willingness to help. Zulu, with his agility and skill with weapons, could keep the group safe, and Layla, with her knowledge of medicine and healing, could care for the wounded. Rabah and Malika, despite their age, offered their skills in construction and farming to help rebuild Safara. The party set out at dawn, when the first rays of the sun began to illuminate the jungle paths. The journey was long and tiring, but the spirit of Amand and his team was unwavering. Along the way they encountered many obstacles: dense thickets, swift rivers, and wild animals. But each step brought them closer to their goal, and the support of each other helped them overcome the difficulties. At night, camped under a starry sky, Amandi remembered the words of the wise Okoro. "True wisdom comes from experience and the heart." He shared his thoughts with his comrades. "We have done a lot for our village, but now we must help others. It is our duty and our honor." When they arrived in Safar, they saw destroyed houses and empty streets. The inhabitants looked exhausted and desperate. The bandits had returned weeks ago and left behind only ruin and fear. Amandi, wasting no time, began organizing reconstruction efforts. Rabah and Malika led the construction, Toby coordinated the distribution of resources, Zulu provided security, and Layla treated the wounded and tended to the sick. The people of Safara were grateful and inspired by the presence of Amand and his team. Together they began to rebuild the village, bringing hope and life back to where there was only darkness before. While rebuilding Safar, Amanda met a local chief named Mbala. Mbala was a wise and just leader who led his village with kindness and firmness. He suggested cooperation between Kumara and Safara so that the two villages could thrive together. "Together we are stronger," Mbala said. "We can share knowledge and resources to protect our homes and allow our peoples to prosper." Amandi agreed, realizing that an alliance between two strong villages could set an example for others. They signed a symbolic treaty of friendship and cooperation that cemented their alliance. After months of hard work, Safari gradually recovered. Houses were repaired, fields were planted, and the residents regained their confidence and hope. Amanda and his team prepared to return to Kumara, knowing that their mission was accomplished. The farewell to Safari was touching. Mbala thanked Amanda and his friends for their help and support. "You will always be part of our family," he said. "We will never forget your kindness and courage." The troop returned home with a sense of accomplishment and new knowledge they could apply to further Kumara's prosperity. Back in Kumara, Amandi realized that cooperation with Safari opened new horizons. He began to develop plans for more trade routes, knowledge sharing, and joint projects between villages. Toby proposed a craft school where young people could learn various skills needed for the development of the village. Layla organized a health center to ensure the health of all residents. Zulu suggested setting up a security system to protect the village from possible threats. Rabah and Malika began to improve agriculture by introducing new farming and irrigation methods. One night, Amandi dreamed of ancient spirits who told him of a new threat looming over their land. The spirits warned of an impending drought that would destroy crops and lead to famine. Upon waking, Amandi realized this was a sign that he needed to do something important to save the village. He shared his visions with his friends, and together they began to look for solutions. Amandi and his team traveled deep into the jungle in search of a water source that could prevent drought. The journey was dangerous. They faced unpredictable weather conditions, wild animals, and challenging landscapes. But through perseverance and mutual support, they found a hidden water source, an underground stream that could provide the village with the moisture it needed. Returning home with this discovery was a great achievement. With the discovery of a new water source, Kumara was able to not only survive the drought, but also increase its agricultural land. Amanda implemented a water conservation and irrigation system, allowing for efficient use of resources. The village became an example of sustainable development, attracting the attention of neighboring communities. People from other villages came to learn from Amanda and his team, adopting their experience and knowledge. However, the time of peace could not last forever. One day, people from distant lands approached Kumara with new problems. Their village was under attack by bandits looking for wealth and resources. Amandi realized that he was going to face adversity again. But this time he had more experience and support. Together with Toby, Zulu, and other defenders, he devised a strategy to protect the village and train the villagers in self-defense. The day came when the bandits approached the village. But Amanda and his team were ready. With the help of Zulu and other defenders, they were able to repel the attack, protecting their homes and families. The battle was fierce, but the unity and determination of the people of Kumara helped them win. After this event, the village became even more united and ready for any future challenges. After successfully defending the village, Amand was inspired to continue working to improve life in Kumar and neighboring villages. He initiated education, health, and infrastructure projects, emphasizing sustainable development and self-sufficiency. Children began attending new schools where they were taught not only traditional crafts, but also modern science and technology. A medical center became an important link in ensuring the health of the residents, and new farms provided an abundance of food. Amanda did not rest on his laurels. He realized that in order to further develop the village, there was a need for constant learning and improvement. Together with Toby and other select others, he traveled beyond the borders of Kumara to learn new methods of farming, building, and resource management. The journey was long and filled with new discoveries. They visited neighboring villages, exchanged knowledge with wise elders, and learned from craftsmen from other cultures. Each step brought them closer to understanding how to make Kumara even more prosperous and sustainable. Back in Kumara, Amanda and his team brought with them many new ideas and technologies. They introduced solar energy systems, improved irrigation methods, and introduced innovative approaches to education and healthcare. Residents were thrilled with the changes, and the village continued to thrive. Amanda became not only a leader, but also a mentor to the younger generation, inspiring them to do great things and teaching them the importance of knowledge, friendship, and mutual aid. To celebrate all the achievements and strengthen the bonds between the villages, Amanda organized a great gratitude feast. He brought the people of Kumara and Safari together to celebrate their unity and successes. The celebration included dances, songs, and stories of the adventures of Amanda and his team. It was a day of joy, unity, and gratitude for all they were able to achieve together. During the celebration, Amanda thought about the future. He realized that the world was constantly changing and that they were facing new challenges and opportunities. He decided it was time to expand his horizons and help even more communities. "We have done a lot, but there is so much more to come," he told his friends and associates. "Let's continue our mission by spreading the light of knowledge and hope to every corner of our world." With the support of the entire village, Amanda assembled a squad of Kumara and Safare's best men. They prepared supplies, weapons, and the necessary tools for the new journey. With great hope and confidence, they set off into uncharted lands, ready to help those in need. The journey was full of new challenges and discoveries. They met different cultures, learned from new allies, and overcame many obstacles. Each step brought them closer to their goal of making the world a better and more just place. During one of their journeys, Amanda and his team came across a sacred forest where, according to legends, nature spirits lived. The group's leader, Zulu, offered to perform a ritual of respect and ask for blessings for the journey ahead. Under the light of the full moon, they performed the ceremony, calling upon the nature spirits for help and protection. Soon the forest was filled with magic and light, and the spirits appeared before them, bestowing wisdom and strength for the challenges ahead. "You carry light and wisdom in your hearts," the chief spirit said. "Use them with honor and humility. Your path is blessed." Moving further into the new land, Amanda and his team faced a serious challenge: an arid desert where water was scarce and survival conditions were extremely difficult. Their resources were running low, and hope began to fade. But Amanda, remembering the lessons of the past and the support of his friends, didn't give up. Together, they found a way to conserve their remaining water by creating a dew collection system and allocating resources wisely. Their faith and determination helped them overcome this challenge. After many days of wandering and trials, the team stumbled upon a hidden oasis full of water and greenery. This place became a symbol of their resilience and faith in a better future. They set up camp here, regained their strength, and prepared for the journey ahead. In the oasis, they found ancient ruins that contained valuable knowledge and artifacts to help them in their mission. Amanda and his team realized that their journey was not only about helping others, but also about self-discovery and growth. With new knowledge and resources, Amanda and his team continued their journey, spreading light and hope to every corner of the world. They helped build new villages, taught residents new skills, and protected them from threats. Each success strengthened their spirit and their faith in the mission they were on. Their story has become legendary, inspiring generations to do good deeds and selflessly help others. Many years later, a man became known as the Legend of Starheart. His name became synonymous with wisdom, courage, and selfless love for others. Stories of his exploits were passed down by word of mouth, inspiring new heroes to do great things. Amanda realized that his journey would never end, for there would always be new challenges and new hearts in need of support. He continued his journey knowing that true wealth is not material possessions, but love, friendship, and faith in a better future. When Amanda grew old, he returned to Kumara to pass on his knowledge and experience to the younger generation. He organized an academy where young people could learn leadership, wisdom, and the art of helping others. Toby, Zulu, Layla, and the rest of Aman's friends became his students and helpers, continuing his work. Together they built a strong and thriving community, ready to meet any challenge. Amanda knew that his legacy would continue through generations, and that his village would always shine as an example to others. His heart, filled with stars of hope and love, continued to shine, lighting the way for those who followed him. The legend of the Star Heart lived long and prospered, inspiring people's hearts for good deeds and selfless help. Kumara became a center of knowledge and power where people from all corners of the world came to learn and share. The stories of Amand and his team reminded everyone of the importance of unity, love, and faith in a better future. They showed that even the wildest dreams can become reality if your heart leads you on the right path. And under a starry sky, illuminated by the light of their legacy, Amanda looked at his home with pride and gratitude, knowing that his journey had not been in vain, and that the light of his heart would shine forever, inspiring generations to do great things.